Hi, joining me today is Take Me Out contestant Callum Lee.
Hi Johnny, how's it again?
Very well, mate. Thanks for joining me today. I know you've had a busy schedule.
No worries.
What do we want to talk about? We want to talk about like the whole Take Me Out thing. Come on, like why did you feel that was something that you wanted to do?
It's interesting because we've all seen it on TV before. We've watched it with friends, family, and in the back of your mind you always think, would you do that? Too much balls to do that. But when the opportunity approached me, I had to think about it, and I thought to myself, it's a once-off opportunity. Maybe it's a whole test of manhood to see how I'm going to be judged by a spectrum of whole different women across the whole board, and that was my real sort of achievement, and of course just for a laugh.
Sure, because you told me that you told me that there was a situation where you and all the lads were sat down and you were watching the show.
Yes.
And someone raised the question, like, or the notion of, who would go on it out of all of us? But there's you secretly in your head thinking, I would. It's true.
I guess it's like an egotistic thing. Everyone sort of gives the front, but when it comes down to it, it's like, you go for it.
Yeah, sure. So I mean, I know it's definitely a test of manhood, but do you think that's like important, like in other aspects of your life? Like, the guys watching this all subscribe to my channel, all in like personal development and that. So for the people watching this, would you say that's a thing that people should always look to continue?
Most definitely. I mean, ultimately it is a great experience and a laugh, but I've learned tremendous life skills from it. It's given me confidence. I mean, like I said, it's a bit ballsy to go out and do it. Yeah, and you've got all your friends, all your family, your gran, your great grandma watching you.
Everyone's backing you.
Everyone's judging your every move, and when you answer the questions that they throw at you, you really have to think on your feet, think on the spot, and there's a lot of things you have to weigh up. Am I standing correct? Do I look okay? Am I listening to what Paddy's saying? What did she just say? And it's a good life skill to have, definitely.
Sure. I mean, so you didn't feel like, obviously, who's going to feel 100% comfortable in that environment? So,
well, it does feel completely unnatural. Stood there in the middle of a TV studio, 500-600 people staring at you, knowing you're the only one there, stood in the middle. But once you overcome that, it's okay. You just sort of focus on what you thought about, how you're going to approach this, and try and remain calm.
So one of your skills was, your skill that you showed was the flairing.
Yeah, cocktail juggling, that was the talent.
Yeah, and do you think that wooed the girls?
Well, that was my break onto the show. One of the freelance companies I work for, their Take Me Out researchers had contacted them and said, do you know any guys on your books that would be interested in doing it? So I got the call and I said, give me 24 hours and I'll think about it and get back to you. But I think it's quite good talent. I mean, the researchers and the TV crew, they said it's nice to see something a little bit physical and edgy rather than cheesy. But I was so nervous doing it, I thought I was going to lose the bottle into the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're confident in it anyway, because I've been to competition and seen you do tremendously well at them.
No, it was only for 30 seconds, so come up with a small routine, and I got it first time, which I was so happy about. Brilliant.
No, it was good to see you on TV, mate. It was a good laugh. Another thing I wanted to talk about, because I've known you for so many years now, and like I do to most people, and I think like what makes that person attractive? What sort of attraction qualities do they have? I think I look at your life and think you're very conscious of how you structure your lifestyle. I look at previous things you've done, and when you was younger, you DJ'd in Malia for like, how many years was that?
3 years.
So you were conscious of it then. You thought, well, I'm going to go in. I'm going to go in that bond and just smash it. And then after that, you came back after 3 years, and then that's when you started getting to. First of all, it was the topless waiter, right? Yeah. Did you want me to bring that up?
Thanks for covering that.
Was it the same mentality though? Is what I'm asking.
I mean, you put yourself in certain situations and you try and do the best that you can. The DJing, I loved it. I had breaks in between uni, and it was a great experience to travel abroad and play to the masses in the sun. The the waitering. I was training for triathlons and marathons. I was in quite good shape, so
incredible shape.
I wanted to try and earn some money from it, and at the same time it's a tick on the life experience board and a big laugh. Like, I love doing things that make me laugh, just crazy experiences, and I always have done, and I assume I always will. It's just part of the ambition that I try and force myself.
It's part of your identity, right? Like, you find something that you become passionate about and you embrace it, you fulfill it. Yeah, I think that's something that everyone can take on board, you know? Like, it's about building the bigger picture that actually makes you an attractive person.
Sure.
You know, you can't go out there and pretend you're someone you're not if it's not congruent with who you are.
If you feel confident enough to take it on, then go for it. Nothing to lose. You're only going to go back to where you started at the end of the day. Sure.
So, back to the whole take me out thing, you know, I mean, how did you prepare yourself? I mean, we saw you, I mean, to be fair, you know, I've known you for a long time, and I thought, there's my boy, there's Cam, he's coming down that lift, he's looking dapper, you know, he's not a man to disappoint, and you weren't a man to disappoint, you put on one hell of a show, but, you know, that's for people looking on the outside, you know, you look pretty cool, but inside your head, you know, how do you get yourself prepared? It's like a wrestler coming down to the ring, you know,
Yeah, sure.
how do you prepare?
I mean, the day leading up to it, we sort of went through stages of preparing ourselves. We'd done a rehearsal in the morning. After that we had some downtime, and funnily enough I actually slept, which I was surprised about. And then we put some music on, our entrances, really got buzzed and hyped up, and went through loads of different scenarios, lots of different questions that you may be asked, and how you deal with those quickly on the spot. All types of scenarios, and really just make sure you're prepared. Try and relax a little bit, go out there confident, and just enjoy it. That's the only way I could deal with it.
Did you? Well, what I want to ask you is as well, when you're on that stand there and you've got choice, it looks pretty impressive. There's some still shots of this of you in the room. You got like, how many girls are there? 30 girls there. It's just like amazing. But like, is there anyone that particularly like stood out straight away and you thought, yeah, I'm gonna go with that? And then she put a light out or something, I don't know. Yeah.
It's clever because they have 30 girls from all walks of life, all different colour and creed. And obviously you go out, you do a quick scan, but you don't want to be too obvious. A few pop up, you're like, okay, yeah, nice, very nice, like what I'm seeing here. A few the opposite. If they turn off your light, it doesn't matter, you just got to sort of keep going and smile.
Keep the game face.
But everybody says it's a blur when you stood there, which is true to an extent.
Sure.
But I didn't have any game plan, and even when I had to go out and turn the lights off, I didn't think, oh my god, I'm definitely choosing her. It was kind of like a quick process of elimination.
It's a very hard, like, if you do have a game plan, it's very hard to play a tactical approach, isn't it?
And you can only sort of judge that person on the response to an answer, or if they get asked a question to me, and the way they look, but you can't really see what they look like because they're stood in front of the podium.
Yeah, I see.
They're all very much bunched up, so it is very random, but you have to pay attention to the small details as well.
Okay, so when you picked your girl, Nikita, was you happy with your choice, or was you very surprised? Like, wow.
No, to be fair, I was. You know, I wouldn't say it's stereotypically my usual choice of woman, but
no.
I found that she engaged with me on a level that the other girls didn't. She seemed a little bit more sort of sincere and direct towards me, where maybe some of the others, you know, said some funny things, some humorous things.
And did you just give some free tips to the girls that want to now try it out on you there? Is that what it was? Just be sincere and direct?
Yeah, but be funny as well, because that's always good. Cool.
Callum, I mean, you know I do the Kiss and Tell podcast, right? And, you know, for my listeners out there, they're going to want the nitty-gritty, you know. What happened on that day? What happened? I mean, come on.
Well, I can't reveal too much, obviously, because the show hasn't aired yet.
Sure, and by the way, this is Saturday, what time is it?
ITV, 8:30, ITV1.
8:30, ITV1, Take Me Out.
And the gossip afterwards to find out all the nitty gritty.
Oh, we want the gossip now. What can
Okay, all I can say is it's very interesting. There's a few twists and turns. There's some humour in there. And there's a little bit of wit. But I can't give you any more than that.
Nothing away.
Wait and see.
Oh, damn. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for joining me here, Callum.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
And you best show me the nearest cocktail bar and see what you can do.